Good morning.
Welcome back to Monday Morning Grit.
Welcome back to another Monday morning full of grit.
We've got Logan Cantrell with us again.
Back in the saddle.
Back in the studio.
I forgot to mention it last time, but Logan is on a podcast of his own. Check it out. It's called Rough Sets, S-E-T-S, not S-E-X.
Yeah,
he likes casual sex.
It's not rough sex.
He likes
I'm very vanilla when it comes to sex.
missionary with him on top.
Exactly. Reverse cowgirl, but I'm on top.
Yeah. But so you're back from Nashville, James.
Yeah,
How
I
was
did.
that?
I went to Nashville for a couple of days. It was pretty cool. I like Nashville. It was a little more southern than I expected. It was a little more old white than I expected.
Nashville,
Tennessee?
Tennessee is southern.
Tennessee's got the
white.
honkies?
It was just a little bit more than I expected, and maybe it was because
yeah.
I was there with Reggie X, who's like a 50-year-old black guy from St. Louis.
Okay.
And so I got
That's very black city.
He's very black in the way he presents himself too, and so I got to see all the racism that he would very casually encounter. And we were laughing about that a lot.
What was your favorite piece of racism that Reggie X encountered while you were with him?
Well, my favorite was just like white people would not hear him, and then I would say exactly what he said 1 second later, and they would like turn around and talk to me instead. So that was pretty funny.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so I'd be like asking for a light for a cigarette, and people would walk right by, and then I'd ask, and they'd be like, light my shit.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
That can't be a good feeling, you know?
No.
It's like you don't exist.
Yeah, right. Or like...
Then he just looked over at Reggie and went, ha 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 ha! Wasn't that funny?
Yeah,
Shouts out Reggie X,
pretty
dude.
close. Shout out to Reggie. Yeah, no, it was fun. It was a good time. Got to hit up a couple mics, see the comedy scene out there.
Did you catch any music?
We did. We walked up and down the fucking Broadway, which is like their Bourbon Street,
Yep.
where it's like got all the open air bands and whatnot.
Awesome.
Walked into a couple, heard some Johnny Cash covers. That's mostly
Oh,
what
you heard a few.
Yeah, no, that was the
Same-
go-to. It
Same
seemed.
band
Like,
or multiple bands?
This is the Johnny Cash cover band. This is the John Prine cover band. This is the...
It was kind of cool that it was a very narrow band of music genres represented.
I like to imagine that there's like cover bands for like you get more and more obscure into like the old country folk scene, and you're like, this is the Townes Van Zandt cover band. This is the fucking, this is the
Oak Ridge Boys cover
the
band.
Oak Ridge Boys. This is gonna be fucking Waylon Jennings. This is fucking Gordon Lightfoot.
You think there's like a cover band that becomes like so big within that scene? There's actually a cover band for that cover
the
band.
cover
That happens
band?
in Europe.
Oh,
really?
yeah?
Yeah, like the way that Europeans support music is so different than the way Americans support music. Because like a fucking Metallica cover band will play for like 300,000 people at a festival.
Oh, wow.
Like it's
That's
not like
sick.
it's not like it's their arena show or anything, but they're on these festivals as like one of the main acts, and it's like a sea of fucking people just being like doing it like it was actually Metallica there. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like they fucking support the fuck out of music. It's crazy.
People just love to hear the songs.
Yeah, they're just happy to fucking be there, dude. They're like, dude, we're all outside smoking hash, drinking wine, and smoking cigarettes and
Listening
fucking
to Metallica.
Until the Sandman.
I do. I wonder if there's ever been a cover band that got bigger than the original band.
I can't. There's
Seems
no way.
unlikely.
No.
Journey, the band Journey.
Yeah, I know Journey.
The
Wheel in the
lead
Sky.
singer for the band now was in a cover band.
Oh yeah,
And
that's right.
they like basically scoured the earth for like and like he sounds a lot like the original guy too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Wow.
it's pretty fucking wild. He honestly sounds better in some fucking ways. Like a lot of people think. But
well, yeah, the original guy'd be really old.
yeah, well that too. I think he like did something too that was like everyone was like, dude, fuck you, you're out of the band.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like,
I think it was some shit like it was either that or he died. They either miss him terribly or they're very
fuck
glad
you,
he's
you're
gone.
dead, out of the band.
Right.
Yeah. Damn.
So they got that. It's like the movie Rockstar. You ever see that with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I'm a
Same
rock star,
thing.
not a doctor. Bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop.
Yeah, that's the song from the movie, you're right? And then Mark Wahlberg is in a cover band for some shitty fucking hair band that he loves, and then like they want to kick the singer out, and so they like audition Mark, and they're like, all right, like you're in the band now, and so he thinks he's like in the band and he's like touring with them, and then he realizes that like they don't want his input on songs. They don't like he's literally just like a fucking space filler, and it becomes my identity. I'm just like,
who am I?
I'm singing someone else's songs and no one cares who I am.
That's funny. You went to the Holidays of Blaze.
That was cool.
The other
Very
night.
cool.
I heard Snoop was doing a lot of that too, where he just sing other people's songs.
Yep.
Well, who gives a shit?
Yeah, right.
As long as it's fun, I don't care.
Right.
No, it was a great time. Glad I didn't park. Well, I guess Macy drove me. I'm glad we didn't park anywhere near the dome because holy crap, when that thing was over, just a flood of people and
all high as fuck.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Like
I heard you got a contact high.
I'm sure I did.
Because like Macy told me that you guys were in the arena hanging out, doing a thing, and then like after it was over, you just wanted to eat and go to bed.
Pretty
Sounds about
much.
right.
I mean, but like the
he was dreaming of the sandwich draft.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah, for sure. But like, yeah, I mean, the whole time in the crowd, you just saw puffs of smoke or like lighters going off. What's cool?
Probably just turn the alarms off.
Like, sometimes people like pull out their phones with like their flashlights, but this was like one of those like occasions where more people actually had lighters lit in the sky than like cell phones with flashlights.
Hell yeah.
'Cause, I mean, it's smokers from all over the area.
I think I'm like Snoop Dogg's definitely in my top 3 people of like I'm jealous of your place in entertainment because it's just like he could call anyone he wants. He could be like, I'm dropping an album. I want to make a movie. I want to make a TV show. I want to do a podcast. I want to do X, Y, Z, whatever it is.
With anyone.
With anyone. Yeah, like he's got a cooking show with Martha Stewart. He's in fucking Scary Movie 5. He's fucking been in horror movies. He's been in drama movies. He's fucking
made songs with anybody he's ever wanted to.
Reggae, EDM, rap music. Like it's like there's literally nothing Snoop could want to do that he doesn't have like the resources to like do the best possible version of, and everyone loves him.
Totally.
It's like this is a dude who like fucking was on trial for capital murder and now like everyone's grandma is like, oh my god, it's Snoop Dogg, and he'll be like, hey auntie, and they'll just fucking love him. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
And even to like the little levels of like he rented out the top floor of the Marriott and just fucking prepaid the smoking fine.
exactly.
Yep.
It's just like a day where the manager's like, all right, well, Snoop Dogg's gonna be here this weekend, so it's like whatever. Like the laws like don't apply to Snoop.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
like,
He didn't even do Time for Murder.
I mean, Warren G just, in the middle of his set, just like asked for a lighter. Some people threw lighters up on stage and just lit up right there.
Right.
That's
But
almost
Snoop
dangerous
Dogg-
with that many people.
Snoop Dogg could do that. Like he could walk anywhere on earth and be like, I need a lighter, and that would happen to him.
For sure.
Warren G has to be on stage.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
like people will do that for Warren G. I love Warren G, but like Snoop Dogg
doesn't even need to ask.
They,
and people
yeah,
run
they
with
were
a
like,
lighter.
when he did it, like they were like, he's with Snoop. Let him have it.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, Snoop Dogg could literally break into your house and you would be stoked.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like, what?
But yeah, no, great
They're
crowd.
like, sorry, I didn't clean up.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, do you need anything? Like,
Yeah, that place was crazy. Great crowd, great time. The one thing that really stuck with me was when they like turn the lights on, like after the show's over and everybody's leaving. It was so hazy in there, so
Hell yeah.
hazy. It was amazing.
they probably had to turn off the sprinkler system. Like,
Oh, that
At
would be
one
a good
point,
way to
I
wet it.
felt a draft, and I was like, did the staff just like open all the doors? They were like, we gotta let some of this smoke out of here, boys.
try to.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just walk by the Tacoma Dome and it's like steaming out the side.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's the
are you
world's
coming
biggest
tonight?
world. What
Are you coming tonight?
to
The other weed event?
Oh
new?
yeah,
Do you
the
wanna
thing up
come?
in Everett.
It's in Everett.
It is in Everett.
I don't think that's gonna work for me.
Okay, well, we're carpooling.
Oh well, what time do you guys think you're gonna be back?
Back,
Oof.
probably like 11.
Ooh.
Maybe even
Maybe
a little
even
bit
12.
later. Yeah. Last
Yeah.
time it was like 12, and
I
we
would-
left early.
I gotta be at work at like 6:30 in the morning.
I feel
Oh,
that.
that's pretty
I'm
early.
supposed to do that. I'm supposed to be at work right now, technically.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's
Um,
okay, dude. Sandwich draft way more important.
Yeah.
We got to get to the sandwich draft. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Well-
I guess we'll just go through a couple current events.
Oh, yeah,
Ed
yeah.
Troyer not guilty.
I was gonna say
on
Troyer
all
fucking.
counts,
That's
dude.
so stupid.
Crazy.
On all counts.
If any of us had been up there, we'd be getting fucked. Felony charges.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
if I did anything that required 40 cops to pull up in the middle of the night, yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be my life story.
exactly.
I'm sure this county is gonna get its ass sued off, like in civil court.
Yeah, they better
Yeah,
pay the fuck
Oh,
out of
they're
that.
Oh
gonna have
yeah, I
to.
hope that guy gets a lot of money.
I mean,
I heard about this guy recently that Zach was telling me about him. He just just knows how to talk to people,
Mhm.
right? But does that for the power of evil.
Mm.
And called some McDonald's. He was telling me about this. Called some McDonald's and said some employee stole his wallet, and managed to give them enough shit to where they strip searched this employee.
What?
God.
Yeah, and
just to fuck with him?
yeah, he was just fucking with him.
That's crazy. That's a
Like-
prank phone call.
Yeah, dude. And he was telling me that I don't know, that employee didn't even sue anyone, and she ended up blowing some guy and I'm just sitting there just this is all over a phone call.
goodness, dude.
This is the greatest prank I've ever heard.
Some people, they have the ability to talk their way out of
It's
anything.
just Jordan Belfort on the other line, I know that cunt's got my wallet. Check her pussy.
By the way, penny stocks. You could make big money.
Yeah, that's one of those skills that I wish I had.
Troyer, though.
But yeah, that sucks to say. Then bunch of the man's a liability as far as I'm concerned. Because
Hopefully he doesn't get reelected at the very
I don't
least.
think so. But even then,
That would be
he's-
kinda
What's
funny,
the
though.
percentage of sheriffs that run unopposed? Because that's a huge issue for fucking. It's not Senate seats. It's is it Senate seats? It's the people that run special districts. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah.
The amount of people
state
that
senate
run
or
fucking unopposed is
Oh, for sure.
insane.
Well, at least for Pierce County, I know that the sheriff's position is usually contested. So there's
Yeah.
hope. The thing is,
You should run.
I would vote.
I'd vote for-
I'd
I'd-
run your campaign if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
he's such a just bad person that he's gonna get in trouble again, and there's gonna be another settlement or more misconduct and stuff like that, and it's he's basically robbing the county by being a bad person,
I was there was a point in my life where I wanted to political radicalism and all that shit, and I wanted to make a change, but I didn't want to just vote people into power or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So my plan was I was trying to figure out how to make a connection from Seattle to Portland to Eugene and down of political leaders. And I was just all all right, we gotta get people in the sheriff's office and people in the fucking special district offices, and then mayors. And if we can get
a coalition together.
right 100 people that we trust, and we can all somehow win these elections, and we're just all these fucking just
The Northwest block of
Right.
Cascadia.
exactly, bro. Communist Cascadia.
Communist
That was my dream as an 18-year-old. And now
Yeah,
as
what a dream.
Yeah, now as a 27-year-old, I'm just I just want to smoke weed and talk about fucking.
I'm just
That's
trying to
what
get to
it's
work,
talk about.
damn it.
just trying to get to work and get to the mic,
I
dude.
just want to, have a mic in my hand and talk about sandwiches.
Exactly, bro.
Any
No.
other big news in the?
Oh yeah, the Tacoma rail extension is going to be delayed again.
Oh,
So it was so the light rail extension to St. Joe's, right, was supposed to open spring of 2023.
uh-huh.
It's getting delayed again because they found problems with the track geometry, which is just a fancy
Track geometry.
fancy way of saying
Lines
that
aren't running parallel.
they messed up the track. Yeah, it's basically it's so important. It's screwing up the track geometry for a railroad is if you were gonna make a straight edge and it was bent. That's
It
how
seems like
fucked up.
that's the whole job.
It's we made you this car. Where are the wheels? Fuck, I knew it.
Yeah, like it's like
All right, we'll put it back in the shop
Back
for another
like
6
we,
months.
it's like we made you this square, and you're like, it only has 3 sides. That's a triangle. You know?
You fucked the
Like, my
geometry.
goddamn geometry is so fucked up. God damn it.
But
Radius. I
What-
thought you said diameter.
it's the most important part, and they screwed it up, and it's probably the most expensive, and
Well, it's because every fucking like construction worker in this town is a fucking moron, and every time I drive by a fucking construction site, it's just a bunch of fucking fat motherfuckers not doing shit. like the amount of times I've driven through the fucking I-5, like, I mean, shouts out to that being open now. I guess
Oh,
they
yeah,
finally
right.
fucking got something done, but it's just like people who were a freshman. Like they just finished up a construction site the other day, and like they were talking about how people who were like a freshman in high school when that started are in their 30s now. Like,
Wow.
do you like for a street?
Yeah.
Like this isn't like some major
Yeah,
fucking like
they didn't
construction
build the
project.
bridge.
This is like, how is China building entire downtowns and entire metropolitan areas in the amount of time it takes us to fix a bridge?
I think maybe it's one of those, too many cooks situations. If you have way too many, like, if you have a bunch of different contractors and the city's involved and like, a bunch of different agencies and whatnot, you can run into the problem where like we're passing along the plans for how this should be, but it turns into a game of telephone where like things get lost in the communication, and I'm sure somewhere in some engineer's office, like in the back of a filing cabinet, there's something about like the track geometry is fucked up on this part. Make sure you like redo the plan, and it never got redone.
There's
Yeah,
like
right.
4 guys like, I've been fucking saying this for fucking 19 months.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
you're like you brought up that the track geometry's fucked up, yet you're there building the fucked up track geometry. Like, oh well, I guess they never got the memo, did they?
And then it's just like 2 fucking stick skinny girls who are obviously addicted to Percocet flagging on the opposite ends of the construction site. And then just a bunch of fat motherfuckers doing nothing. Just fucking rock, paper, scissors. Where do you want to go to lunch today? Fucking ass energy.
I thought
on all
about
these
being a
construction
flagger.
sites.
You know, in an emergency, anybody can be a flagger.
Really?
Yeah, my
They
dad.
just like
My
deputize
dad
you?
got his certification because he's like a construction guy,
Right.
and he was like, "Yeah, just so you know, anybody can be a flagger in an emergency."
They they pay
keep a
pretty
vest in your
fucking
pocket.
decently.
Oh
Like,
yeah, and all you're doing is standing around in the rain,
Yeah, you used to fucking stand there and flip the sign around when they
hit the
say-
radio.
Yeah, and that you get, what is it? It's like, I mean,
I think it's like 30 an hour plus benefits at most places.
30 an hour.
But
Yeah,
the
it's pretty
insurance
ridiculous.
is pretty good too.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, that is dangerous.
Oh,
Like,
it's super dangerous.
all it takes is fucking one retard on their fucking. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. You can bleep that. All it takes is one idiot on their fucking phone,
Mhm.
and you are never walking again.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, but think about the payout.
Yeah, but you can't
think
walk
about
again.
the loss of your
Yeah,
legs.
no, you're right. It wouldn't be worth even $20 million.
I'm sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom. You guys can finish this,
Yeah,
and
go
I'll be
for it.
back in just a minute.
Actually, I heard this story when I was in Nashville about this guy. He was in high school with these 2 guys. One guy was a bully, and the other guy was getting bullied. And the guy who was getting bullied, they were in home ec. He pulled out he grabbed a knife, like a kitchen knife,
Oh my goodness.
stabbed the other guy in the chest.
Oh.
Yeah. So then the guy who was getting bullied, who did the stabbing, he went to prison for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And the guy who got stabbed got like a $13 million payout.
Damn. I should have bullied some
I
people.
know. It's the lesson that bullies win sometimes.
Speaking of payouts, like if you're a business on Hilltop, like this, like not only has it been delayed once, but now we're looking at another long-term delayed. I mean, like people who have businesses on Hilltop are obviously going to be hurting from this because like sometimes you can't even get to the business period.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the construction completely blocks it. And I'm wondering if, like, maybe there's going to be some sort of suit involved. Like, maybe somebody's going to have to pay out damages because I
don't know how that works exactly.
I mean, I think some of those businesses, especially like the pandemic combined with this.
Well, and they're expecting more people to be able to come to their businesses because of
Exactly.
the thing. Their values going up. Would you have been able to walk to the Tacoma to the Holidays of Blaze if the station had been up? Would you have considered that as your way to get there?
Oh, I certainly would have. if I was leaving from my place, I would have definitely taken the light rail. I mean, the light rail doesn't run up to, this part of town.
But close enough that it'd be worth it to save the $40 on parking to walk a little bit.
We actually parked for free.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, we parked like maybe a 15, 20-minute walk away, and we
There
just
you
walked
go.
the rest
So
of
you
the
would
way
have been
there.
a 15-minute walk from the light rail.
Yeah.
Not the same difference.
Yeah, no. Especially, yeah, like, I might actually have to check that out, like, see how far because it's actually not that long of a walk.
No, I don't think so. And it's just as long as it's not up a big hill.
Yeah, it feels like it's long, but I haven't actually tried out the station yet.
Well, you'll have to try it out when did they push it till? The fall?
I think so. Summer or fall.
Right.
I'm going to have to get one of those, what's like the wheels that you like walk with it and count how
Oh,
many
yeah. I think Archimedes invented that.
feet. What a great tool.
Yeah, it's a good surveying tool.
But yeah, that's
You mind shutting the door there?
that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, especially when you're like, it's so close. It's just tempting you.
Oh, I mean, it was pretty much ready to go. They were just running like tests and stuff on it, and I assume that's when they figured out, like, hang on,
this
isn't quite right.
These parallel lines are divergent.
Granted, the terrain in Tacoma is probably very challenging to build light rail on.
Yeah, that's
right?
fair.
It's very hilly.
But I mean, the roads it's not like they're making a new road.
Right, but like the roads don't have to be perfect like the rails have to.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, if you drive on any number of roads in Tacoma, the roads don't have to be perfect.
That's a fair point.
I also, speaking of roads, I saw, I don't know if you've seen them, a couple of billboards in Tacoma that say in certain Tacoma neighborhoods, the speed limit's going to drop down to 20. 2023. Yep.
23? Oh, in 2023.
Yeah, in 2023.
I was going to say 23 is an odd number for a speed limit.
Drop down to 20 miles per hour.
Not as like a school zone, but as a standard?
As a standard in some neighborhoods. So
wow.
I'm not actually, I need to look up which neighborhoods it's going to be. But
that's really rare.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's going to take some adjusting. I mean, like I said, I don't know which neighborhoods it is. I'm sure like on most of your arterials
Probably
and stuff.
Fircrest.
Well, I guess Fircrest is its own thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, but if anyone wants to adopt slower speed limits.
I'll bet it's going to be like, what do you call them? Feeders? Is that what the like secondary streets are called? Like you have like the arterials and then you have...
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly.
I think they're called feeders.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like those. So I'm not too concerned about it, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, did we discuss this? I don't remember discussing this. This should be a discussion.
I get a vote?
Yeah.
I would have raised it higher.
Maybe I need to start going to city council meetings and be like,
ooh, we should look up some city council meetings. They're actually kind of fun to drop in on.
Be like, Warren Robertson Stadium District.
My dad used to work on the Redmond City Council.
Okay.
Yeah. We'd watch him on the TV.
Nice.
Yeah, on the public access every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Discuss the zoning and the parks and all that.
Zoning's very important.
It is.
But, yeah, other than that, Wednesday at TCC, rough crowd.
Oh, yeah?
Dare I say hostile.
Yeah?
Yeah,
a hostile crowd.
One comic...
at least they're engaged.
One comic got up, and I don't think they liked him very much.
Uh-huh. You want to name names?
Huh?
You want to name names?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
But one comic got up, and he got his first green light, and the crowd was like, "You got the green light, get off the stage."
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, it was like, oh my God.
They didn't like him? What did he say something offensive?
No,
or?
he just wasn't they were a very impatient audience.
Hell yeah. I like this crowd.
They forgot they were at a free show.
They were impatient with bad comedy? That's great.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's kind of funny.
Would you say that this person maybe deserved this review?
I don't think this person deserved what happened. It's not cool. Very impolite, but I will say...
Or do you maybe not the person, but do you think their comedy deserved it?
Well, when you go up there and do self-deprecating humor and then the audience treats you like shit, it's kind of like, well, you let them on, If you go up there and you're just like, I'm a piece of shit, look at how much of a piece of shit I am, and then the audience is like, yeah, you are a piece of shit. It's like, well,
Kind of we're asking for
I feel like you only have yourself to blame.
Shouts out to Messi, dude. He just won the World Cup.
Oh, my
did they
goodness.
just win?
He just scored a penalty kick in overtime.
Oh,
and fucking
damn.
beat France.
It was right now?
Just happened in
I
the
forgot
last
that was
20
right now.
minutes.
Oh, hell yeah. Go Messi.
Ronaldo's probably just like, I should have been me.
Are you excited? Is that what you were hoping for?
It's Monday. It's Monday.
Well, that happened yesterday is what we were
It
saying.
happened in 24 hours and 20 minutes ago.
Well, congratulations. I was rooting for France.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If it was Monday, we would be talking about that.
I am.
Yeah.
It's a big event.
But yeah, do you remember the crowd from Wednesday night at TCC? How they were a bit hostile.
Yeah, they would. I got them a couple of times, but nothing like,
Yeah.
nobody won them over. It felt like.
No, they were. I mean, it was the first time I think I've ever really been heckled.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You got heckled?
I was doing the pool water joke, and somebody shouted something about diarrhea, and I was like, and I remember there was this guy wearing a sweater that had an RV on it, and then it said "shitters full," and I was like, "Is that the shitters full guy?" And he stood up. He was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "That sounds like something a shitters full guy would say."
Yeah.
It was definitely an interesting crowd. They I don't know. It was who's that one chick? She brings hella people always, and she
Oh, the nurse.
I don't know. She looks. I get surprised every time she says she has a husband. I'm like, you don't munch box. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She's like if Josh Firestein was a woman
Oh.
with the backwards hats and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, somebody had a great compare. I think it might have even been you. She was just like, she looks like.
I was on one the other night. Macy was saying it too. Just everybody. I just had something for them, and I was just I don't know. There's some days where it just flows out of you.
You can see clear. You're in the zone.
Just full of funny hate.
Well, I think before we get into the sandwich draft,
Yeah. Do you have any last things to?
Might go check out that model train festival
The Model Train Festival?
down at the Washington State History Museum.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
was pretty
happening
sick.
between now and January 6th.
Oh, you got a little time.
I'd be down to come with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
January 6th, dude. That's a good day for 10. We don't want anyone storming the train.
Yeah,
cap.
good day to go to a convention center.
Yeah, no.
It's like, guys, I would totally come and insurrect a government with you.
But
Model
Model
train festival's
trains are at
going
the-
on. And it's my last day to do. If we can push it to the 7th, I'm there.
Imagine how many last year's model train festival, or I guess it was 2 years ago. Now my timeline's all messed up, but yeah, I think 2 years ago.
Do you have T-shirts for all these? Just like Model Train Con 2020.
I don't have any T-shirts yet. Maybe I should get some. I could use some more T-shirts in my life.
Do you own any model trains?
No,
Huh?
it's an expensive hobby.
Not yet.
It seems like it would be an expensive hobby.
It's
Oh, yeah,
super expensive, and you got to have space for it too.
Mm.
If you live in an 800 square foot apartment and you set up a model train, you've already knocked out half your fucking apartment.
Unless you get one of those things like
that go along the wall.
yeah, I
Oh,
went to, I
yeah.
remember when I was a kid there was this restaurant that had a train and it would serve you your food on the train as it
Oh,
went
that's
around the thing.
I hope somebody made a Tacoma light rail line with messed up track geometry.
Why are model trains so expensive?
Why
Yeah,
are they
that's a
so
good question.
expensive? I think it's
Limited demand.
well, not necessarily because it's limited demand, but I mean, obviously it depends on the model train.
I was
you
gonna
can
say,
get-
do they create functioning functioning locomotives that you
Yes.
have to shovel
you have
coal
to put
into?
well, not coal, but some of them you actually put a little bit of like actual like combustible fuel. It's got a little combustion engine.
That's
pretty cool.
So it's not just like fucking an electric. Like they don't just have like a little electric thing that they slap any shell of a train over.
No, I mean you could do that, but like then you don't
Real
get,
model train enthusiasts are gonna think you're gay.
yeah, you don't get invited to the model train
Expo.
festival with that.
Yeah, because the little things aren't moving probably, and like
I think my
the more
grandfather
accurate, it's
had like a steam locomotive, miniature steam locomotive. I think it weighed like 100 pounds.
I would like to get like a dope ass like real combustion, even coal. If I could somehow make a mini coal combustion engine model train, then go straight up Indian in the cupboard. And like turn my action figures alive and make them work my train. Make my Chinese action figures lay the fucking the track.
They gotta be parallel.
I would just
Don't fuck up the geometry.
I would die if I like went to the model train festival and somebody did make a little mock-up of like the Tacoma light rail and like just half of the track is just full of construction workers and road closures.
They're
We should
slowly
do
moving them around.
It'd
be beautiful.
We did that.
We're just gonna go to like the model train store and be like, give us all of the miniature construction workers you have.
We need very little rail.
And then order more, and then give us all of those. Too.
I loved Indian in the Cupboard when I was a kid. That was
a
one of my
great movie,
favorites.
dude.
That was more my speed than Toy Story.
Yeah.
I liked the power to turn them on and off.
Yeah, Indian in the Cupboard was interesting. I just always remember, like, my mom would call me Henri as a kid because, like, I was an Henri fucking kid. But that was the kid's name in Indian in the Cupboard. So, like, I always just, like, associated
You're
that. I was
Henri.
like,
Ornery.
yeah, dude. And my mom says Henri, not ornery.
You know why alligators are so ornery? Because they got all them big teeth and no toothbrush.
So man,
That's so silly.
That's what my mama said.
That's almost as good as Jerry Seinfeld's Jew joke,
Oh, which one?
where he's like the whole point is you have to preface it as a Jew joke. He says, two Gentile businessmen see each other on the street, and one of them goes, "Hey, man, how's business?" The other one goes, "Great."
What fools.
Didn't even complain for a
Didn't
second.
complain at all about their business.
So yeah, anybody
Gave 'em
have
an opening.
anything else, or shall we move into our sandwich draft?
I think
I'm
I'm
like-
ready to draft it up.
Yeah, I want to learn more about model trains, but I guess I can do that later.
Yeah, you can do it at the expo, I suppose.
I
You'll
don't
be
need another
inundated.
hobby to sink thousands of dollars into, but
But
You never know.
we're probably not going to be doing much with the living room in there. So
I'll help.
I know you will. I know you will.
So
Warren.
excited.
You're going to spend so much time here if we get that going. You're just going to start buying pieces for it. And shit.
I got a little tree for you.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess it's officially time to start the
Start the
the
sandwich draft.
2023 because we're going into 2023.
Oh,
2023 sandwich draft.
for sure.
Did
Now-
we mention it in the last episode? Were we talking about it
I
during
think
the
so.
episode?
Yeah, we
I
said
don't-
we were going to do it.
I
this,
think we did. Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
couldn't
for-
remember if I had brought up that my first pick,
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
the Monte Cristo
Yep.
sandwich.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is just like the last draft where like we talked about the idea of a draft and you just claimed something. And everyone's like, "Well, I guess you're going
I
first."
guess I'm
then.
going
Yeah.
first for my first pick.
So
But
You're right, I
before
did
we
that
get
with
into
Cosby,
it
too.
too deep, you know, a little preface here. You know, we get a top 5.
Yep.
Can't be the same. Can't be like too customized. It has to be like a regular sandwich that anyone could just go and pick up.
We're all familiar with.
And this is an extension of the other draft that we did on the other podcast, but this one's a little more family friendly. So
Yeah.
if you're into heated type of draft debates, this one's a little more your speed if you got
Yeah.
the kiddos in the car.
yeah, we do throw out a couple of F words and shit.
Well,
here, but-
that's better than the last
yeah,
draft
it's-
that we
it's
did
sure.
for sure.
oh yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
Uh,
so
so-
I think I just sort of also want to preface this by saying, like, I think we're taking a very traditional approach to what is a sandwich.
yes.
So, like, nobody's going to say, like, a Pop-Tart or something like that, right?
Yeah, we're not here to fucking like have a Reddit argument
Yeah, we're not
about
gonna
how
reinvent the
pizza's a
sandwich.
sandwich
Yeah.
and fucking Pop-Tarts or raviolis. Like,
Yeah.
interested in that.
And-
We're
Oh, and I
Raviolis.
was thinking, if you have a specific place that you recommend getting this sandwich from, you can say that.
Yeah,
In fact,
yeah.
it's even encouraged, especially if it's in the Tacoma metro area.
Yeah, like I mean, shouts out to all the delicious sandwich fucking places out there. We'll definitely give you some love. But I would be remiss if I said if you only are willing to get that sandwich from that spot, it should not be
Yeah,
in
it
your
shouldn't
top
be.
Okay.
five.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure. And then one last thing, would you guys be interested if at the end of the draft you can make trades?
Oh,
Like if you're just like,
like if you
I didn't
change your
think
mind?
about this. Like if I said something that James didn't even consider, and James said something I didn't even consider, and it's like, hey, you want to trade at the end of the draft?
I think you should be stuck with what you're stuck with.
Okay, that's
Like,
fair.
Well, because the thing is about trades is like in sports, just to like as the example, if you want LeBron James, you don't just get one player swap.
Right,
It's like
of
you got to have like,
You-
all right, you get my next round pick, you get
Yeah.
fucking 5 years worth of this, you get these 6 players, like. And like there's some sandwiches on here that like if you tried to trade, I would demand like 4 of your
It's
sandwiches.
a
And
it's
then
a
you-
LeBron it's a LeBron James of sandwiches.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
All right. So Fitz obviously starting out with our Monte
Starting
Cristo
off with the
raspberry
Monte
jam.
Cristo. Oh, you're
I can
right, good call.
respect it. I can respect it. Do I think it's a number 1 pick overall? No. But
When you think of it in terms of greatest breads for a sandwich,
what? First off, the greatest bread for a sandwich is a completely different
it is a
topic.
different topic.
But the greatest bread for a sandwich is technically not even on any of my sandwiches right now.
Whoa.
Bagels.
Ooh, a
Interesting.
bagel sandwich.
The bagel is, I think, the most versatile. And I'm saying this as a Jew, whatever. But I think the bagel overall it is the most versatile form of bread.
I think a bagel is a little too dense sometimes, but
Just
you
have-
can scoop it.
Just have a half.
Yeah, and you can scoop
You
it
know?
to a half. But if it's a half, that's not really a sandwich.
Dude, like a fucking everything bagel breakfast sandwich, though, bro. It's like,
It's a great bread, but
Big-
have you been to Simply Panini?
it's not. I
No.
mean, it's not French toast.
Dude, they have French toast bagels, though.
Really?
They do.
Oh.
You've
That's
never had a French
incredible.
toast bagel?
No,
No, I
never
never
had
have.
one.
Dude, French toast bagels are fucking delicious.
Oh,
They
interesting.
got like the McGriddle technology where there's like some maple
Ooh.
flavoring in there and like cinnamon and shit.
Now that's some technology.
It's a fucking delicious bagel. I wouldn't necessarily recommend like it as a sandwich base
Mhm.
unless you were doing like a Monte Cristo. But yeah, like I've had just French toast bagels that like, and some cream cheese. It's fucking fantastic. A little
Wow.
strawberry cream cheese, bro.
Fair. I do like the
Ooh,
strawberry cream
that
cheese.
sounds real
The fuck
good.
out
That's
of
Northwest
here.
style.
All
But
But
right.
so
first
who-
shouts out Simply Panini. They do an everything bagel breakfast panini with
Ooh.
jalapeno cream cheese, and they throw a hash brown patty on there. It's fucking
Oh.
amazing.
Oh, interesting.
Love
Hash brown
that
patty.
place. They only serve it till like 10 a.m. though, which is like fucking.
Ugh,
You're like,
never
dude,
get
don't you
it.
know I work late? They're like lunch paninis are good, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
that breakfast, the spicy
hash
breakfast
brown.
hash
Ooh.
is fucking.
Yeah, that sounds.
Just keys.
So, who wants to go second? Which way should we go?
first or second? I should
Okay.
say.
Maybe a controversial one. I'm gonna go with
Controversial
the-
is your first pick?
Are you really gonna do that?
I'm gonna
like,
go.
Do you think this pick is going to last till your 4th round? You should focus on picks that you are convinced will be taken.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you get snatched
All right,
up.
fine. The French dip.
French dip.
French dip. That is a great.
That's a really solid
That is a
choice.
great first choice. I will say that is like French dip can play any position. Like
Oh,
that could
for
that
sure.
could be your center. That could be your power forward. That could be your point guard. Whatever.
And there's so few sandwiches where the dip, you get a dip.
yeah, where the dip is like just as important also because
Oh,
there
sure.
are sandwiches where it's like yeah, you could like put this extra sauce on it or whatever, but like have you ever seen someone try to eat a French dip without dipping
Ugh.
it? It's like, dude, you're eating roast beef or prime rib right now.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No.
Au jus, dude, I could drink au jus. It's a delicious, delicious. Good pick.
Great
Thank
pick.
you, thank you.
Do you have a favorite place you get it?
Oh man, I mean, it's Doyle's might have my favorite.
Doyle's has the French
Public
dip.
House. Yeah,
Doyle's got some. I used to live right across the street from Doyle's. They got some fire.
nice.
Yeah.
I live right. Well, I don't want to. I live in that neighborhood.
I used to live at 7 St. Helens, right across the street from the Armory.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
I was there for like 2.5 years. I've only been out of there for a few months. All right. Well, my first pick. I'm gonna go with a banh mi.
Banh mi. Oh my goodness. That's way up there on my list too.
Yeah, that's a fucking. I had 2 of them yesterday.
Oh. Yeah, where'd you get them? Did you go to the Hong Kong?
No, I got them at Pho on 38th.
Oh, okay.
I love that spot. It's like kind of low key. It's sandwiched between the REI and like the Five Guys over there, and like the Red Robin and shit.
Oh yeah, I've been to the Five Guys.
Delicious restaurant. Their pho is incredible. They're fucking.
There's so many banh mi places around.
Yeah. No, dude. Fucking the entire, like Tacoma to Seattle area. The Asian food in general is like the most slept up. Like when you go to other parts of the country, no one's like Seattle's like known for its Asian food,
Right.
but it fucking should be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like 100% should be.
For sure.
I almost always go to the Hong Kong because it's fucking $5.50 for a banh mi, and
It's like $6.
or you can get like you get the char siu. I love char siu.
Dude, Thai iced tea.
Ooh,
Like Thai iced tea is one of those drinks that like I have to not take a sip of it until I'm ready, because the second I start to drink it, I will fucking not stop until it's
Yep.
gone.
Same here. Oh, I love it.
Dude,
No.
it's so good.
Yep.
There's a place in White Center that does a Thai iced tea ice cream.
Oh my goodness.
That is like fucking like I go out of my way for that shit so much. It's
Wow.
so good. It's right next to Proletariat Pizza.
Okay.
Shouts out to Proletariat.
so the 2 banh mi sandwiches you had, what varieties were there?
I typically go spicy pork.
Okay.
Typically, just because I enjoy the little bit of extra sauce, like
Uh-huh.
because a good French bread is soft on the inside, but that
Yeah.
I have a cut on my lip from the French bread. 'Cause you bite into it, it's got
Oh,
a nice.
yeah.
That's
It's
what
got
you
the crunch,
want.
too.
Yep.
But I was so hungry that I was just trying to devour it, and I gave myself a little cut on my lip.
Ouch.
I'll go the sweet pork over the spicy pork
Really?
usually. Actually, I like their sweet pork.
Well, it's like I'll throw a little like sweetened or a little sweet chili paste on there too.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But like it's got the jalapenos too. But I don't know, dude. Like my food's got to be spicy.
the
Like
spice.
90% of the time, I have to be eating spicy shit.
Wow.
Interesting.
All right, your 2.
All right,
your
my
2
number
spot.
2.
Who is your Monte Cristo's partner, dude?
I think I'm gonna go pulled pork sandwich.
Solid
Nice.
choice.
Excellent choice.
And I don't know if I have to say that it's with coleslaw.
I was gonna say, what kind of slaw?
What do you mean? What
It's
kind
like,
of
you know,
slaw?
some people just want to straight up like fucking cabbage, lemon juice, mayo, fucking like pretty straightforward slaw. But like there are places that do like apple slaws. And
I was actually gonna say I love an apple slaw.
Dude,
if
apple-
I have to choose, I'll choose an apple slaw pretty much every time. But
Wow.
I'll go with any slaw.
Not a-
And if I have to choose the bun, I'm gonna go Hawaiian bread. I'm gonna
Okay.
go King's Hawaiian.
You do like sweeter stuff, don't
I'm
you?
a sweet guy for sure.
Okay.
But I'll take any bun. It's all about the pork and
what
the barbecue sauce.
I was
I'll
gonna say,
even
what
go in
re-
like that sweet direction.
So you're more of like a Memphis
Yeah.
type of barbecue sauce, right,
Yeah.
as opposed to like a St. Louis or like a fucking Kansas
Totally.
City type of barbecue. I'm spicy, so I like Kansas City, St. Louis, Houston. You know, like those types of sauces are my favorite. But
Usually in barbecue, I prefer a rub over a heavy sauce too.
okay, that is more Memphis.
I'll
type
go
style
more,
shit.
and then I'll go more like, yeah, I like spicy too, spicy or sweet. The
Gotcha.
savory direction is fine, but I like a peak to it.
And just to like start splitting hairs here, is there like a specific way you like the pulled pork to be prepared? You know, are you like an applewood smoked type of guy?
Yes, I am an applewood smoked.
And if you're doing apple slaw, the applewood definitely
Oh,
like
wow.
kind of
Yeah.
from start to
I
finish.
don't
It really
think I've
like
ever had apple slaw before.
Oh,
Really?
it's so good.
yeah. You get like what I like about like a good apple slaw, or what I like to do with a good apple slaw is use purple cabbage instead of white cabbage because
Oh.
like the lemon juice and like the other things like start to like the purple gets into more of it.
Oh, yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
your whole slaw is and I don't know, you eat with your eyes first.
Yep.
And something about like I like the look of like the purple apple slaw more than I like the look of like the green white cabbage slaw.
Interesting.
And I like for me coleslaw is like I gotta be like fish and chips, pulled pork, something like that. I hate coleslaw on its own.
Oh, interesting. I'm not a big vinegar coleslaw on its own, but I'll do a mayo coleslaw on its own.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I can do either one of them on the pulled pork.
Fair enough.
It's just about the crunch and the soft, the sweet and the pork. And it's one thing I like about it is it's almost impossible to do wrong. Like, very rarely will you go up to a place and you're like, oh, they didn't do the pulled pork right. Like, maybe you don't like the sauce that much. Like, that could ruin it. Or maybe the bun isn't, like, substantial enough to hold it all together.
I mean, I feel like there's barbecue places that are just, like, you know, subpar. Like, you go to Dickey's. I'm not a huge fan of the Dickey's pulled pork.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I mean?
it's like,
Yeah.
but it's more like it can reach crazy heights. The base level of a pulled
It's like
pork.
pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like it can either be the greatest thing ever or it can be all right, but there's no, like, terrible.
At the very least, you got a quarter pound of pork in your belly.
Exactly. All right,
All
Warren.
right, what you got number 2,
Let's
Warren?
hit your 2 spot.
Okay. The cheeseburger.
Overrated in my mind, but someone's got to take it. Someone's got to take it.
American. And you're... I'm, like, so disappointed in that choice. Because, like, dude, yeah, it's a sandwich, sure. And, yeah, it's the most popular and widely consumed sandwich in the country. But it's like... So? It's like, dude, fucking... I feel... All right. In sports analogy, just to continue the sports analogy here.
Okay.
I feel like the cheeseburger is... It's like... Who's the best example here? I feel it's like the Globetrotters.
Ooh.
Because, like,
Okay.
everyone's
Great
got...
sports analogy.
Yeah. It's got this legendary status, and it's got this, like, idea. It's very American. You know, it always
Yeah,
wins.
the
It's always
confetti's in the
victorious.
air.
It's fucking... It's staged competition, bro. It's like the... You know what I mean? It's stage competition. I genuinely think that... Yeah, dude. Any like decently made sandwich is not better than the best burger, but on average, like if you don't have like a serious gourmet I love a burger. Don't get me wrong, I love burgers.
Right.
But if you don't have like a really fucking good burger, most like decent sandwiches shit on like most burgers. I feel like.
What's your argument for? Because I got a co-argument against the burger.
They're also so fucking versed. Like, what kind of cheeseburger? Are you just talking like?
I like that you said cheese over regular burger though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But are you just talking lettuce, tomato, onion, mayo, ketchup? Or are you talking like? Are you going to
Heinz
stack
57
to hang out with
French
Macy?
fried potato.
It's like I want this fucking like
We're
gorgonzola
just-
cheese and
no,
fried
no,
oyster
we're
mushrooms.
Not, we're not.
Like,
We're not going too crazy. Just like your garden variety cheeseburger, right? You got some lettuce, some tomato, cheese. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy, right?
Pickles and onions.
Pickles and onions too. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you want to put some ketchup on there. Sure. I mean,
what I will say, one of my favorite meals ever was a cheeseburger, but I still don't think it deserves to be in the top 5 sandwiches.
yeah. I think for me, why I picked the burger is, I mean, you can go almost anywhere and you can find
The versatility of it
burgers.
is
Yeah,
like
it is available.
I like the versatility.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it's not quite the Globetrotters, but like,
No. I think you were right on, Logan, because here's what I'm thinking about the hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
If you're to judge a sandwich by the meat, the very lowest thing on my ranking of meats is ground beef, right? Pulled pork, fucking French
Chicken.
dip, fucking
Prime
exactly.
rib.
Think of all of the meats that you enjoy more than a ground beef. It's just that it's it's the most accessible meat there is.
You can get one for
it's
$1.
everywhere. Yeah, right.
But I feel like the cheeseburger, the meat holds it back a bit, but the rest of the burger lifts that meat up. You know,
That's all right.
like we found a good spot for ground beef in our sandwich ecosystem.
I mean, it's undeniable that people love cheeseburgers, but just in my rankings,
like I said, I love it.
I don't
One
know
of
if
my
it'd make
best
my
meals
top 10.
ever. Like there's this place called Alchemy in Ashland, Oregon, and they fucking do this burger where they grind up short rib, filet mignon, and bacon, all together. They house grind it. They bake their own brioche bun, and they like grill like these delicious onions. And like that burger was one of like the most amazing things I've ever put in my mouth. Would not put it on my top 5 sandwiches.
Ooh, interesting. All right.
I respect it. French, you got you got a real diner squad going so
Yeah.
far. You know, like
Sure.
you're a real bar food type of sandwich guy. I can tell, and I respect that. You know, everyone's got to have their thing. But
All right, what do you got, Logan?
in the interest, honestly, I could go international with all 5 of mine.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna go with all 5, but I think I'm gonna keep it international on this one. I gotta bring in a torta.
Ooh, that was gonna be my pick next.
Yeah, I gotta get a nice torta in
The
there.
torta is too good.
Bro, the torta, a little avocado sauce, the crema avocado.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fucking sign me up.
What do you
bro.
go? El Pastor? You go?
Al Pastor is a great choice.
That's my go-to.
It is a great one. Not everywhere does a good Al Pastor. You know, some people just throw a couple chunks of pineapple on their adobada and they want to call it Al Pastor. And I'm like, hey, dude, whatever. I'm a honky. I'm not going to tell you what's good. But, like, you know, I did live on the border of Mexico for a while. And this Washington bullshit. No. Honestly, I usually go carnitas is my first choice.
Oh, okay, you like a little crackling.
Yeah, I do have like cravings for just like steak and fucking you know, some camarones every now and again, and if I'm feeling adventurous.
Okay.
Yeah, I had one with birria recently. I know birria is like the new
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
there's
like
a
the
couple
it
spots
food
Yep.
popping up
when it comes to Mexican cuisine right now. Like, I mean, birria tacos are great. Don't get me wrong. They're not like the hype behind it. It's like, I feel like it's like fufu. You guys ever have fufu?
No.
It's like this African food that's like super famous on TikTok where they
Oh.
have this like ball of dough and they like grab pieces of it.
Huh.
And they, like, eat it
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I know what you're talking about
It's
now.
good.
That's
Yeah.
fufu.
Yeah, but it's not like, I don't know. It's like the internet made these foods more popular than they should be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no reason for an entire food truck to be dedicated to birria. Like, but there's a lot of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just
Interesting. Yeah, yeah. No, that's a good point.
But yeah, torta
Go with the
going hand
torta.
in hand with the banh mi, you know,
Okay.
the Vietnamese and the Latinos. Funny enough about these, like, I've always noticed this about like Vietnamese food and Mexican food and like those two areas. They use so much of the same ingredients, and their
yeah.
foods are so fucking different.
Wow.
That is interesting.
You know what I mean?
That
Like, but
is-
if you actually break it down, like the ingredients lists are fucking the same in a lot of these things.
It's
you know?
wild.
Anyway, that's just something I've observed.
Oh, that's interesting because as I was thinking of my next sandwich, I'm like, am I just going to choose pork sandwiches all the way through? Because for my next sandwich, I'm going to go with the Cuban.
Dude, I was
yeah.
literally back and forth in my head between the torta and the Cuban on this fucking round. I respect the fuck out of that
And
choice.
I recognize that I just chose the pulled pork sandwich right before.
It's so different.
It's so different.
It's so different.
It's very different.
What?
Because to me, the Cuban sandwich, the onion is actually what leads it. Great onions.
Cuban.
Am I not thinking of the right? Yeah,
Cuban is like
with-
pickle must. There's no onion on a Cuban.
I think some places do onion on
If you
Cubans.
fuck, what
The-
are you
the,
talking
like-
about? It's pickle, mustard, ham, fucking shredded pork, and fucking cheese. There's no onion on a fucking Cuban.
Are you sure? I feel like almost every Cuban I've had has onions on it. Has like heavy onions.
I just had one the other day. I'm gonna see if it says onion on
It's
the menu.
pickle and mustard. It's not fucking onion.
Are you serious? What sandwich am I thinking about?
No clue.
You go to Paseo's, you get the Cuban. It's got they have an all onion sandwich at Paseo that they call a Cuban. It's only onions. And that's a little.
Is this
I've
a
ordered it
Cuban
before.
restaurant?
No, it's a Cuban sandwich restaurant. Yeah,
That
it's the
makes
best
no-
one in town.
Dude, a Cuban, a Cubano.
Yeah, Cubano.
Is it fucking?
I could have sworn it
it's
has
the
onions
roll,
on it.
It's
Yeah.
the fucking cheese. It's the mustard, the pickles, the ham, and the fucking pulled pork. Like, if are you
I
seeing
feel like the
onion?
No. I for some reason the Cuban I had the other day. Yeah, no onions.
no onions.
No onions.
Yeah.
What am I thinking about? Then?
No fucking idea, but like I'm like mad that you have Cuban on your team now because you're disrespecting it by putting fucking onions on it.
Interesting.
I mean,
Jesus, they don't even grow onions in Cuba. You ever been to Miami? No onions.
I've never been to Miami,
Me
but
neither, honestly. But
I- should go.
What?
It makes me feel like I should change my mind, but I do love
No, you
the Cuban sandwich you're talking about. I love as well.
Yeah, because it's fucking an icon.
Because it's the meat and the juice in it, and it soaks through the bread,
and
and
the mustard cuts through the fattiness.
Yeah.
And the vinegar of the pickle cuts through the fattiness of the pulled pork and the ham, and it's just like it's so well balanced. And fucking
and then a
my
whole
mouth
bunch
is
of
literally
onions over
watering
the top.
thinking about it right now, and you're sitting here talking about putting fucking. What kind of onion are you putting on a fucking
Grilled onions.
What, yellow, sweet, red, fucking
No,
Toho? What are you fucking putting on this shit?
No, you're making me think so much.
I'm fucking so mad right now.
Oh, well,
Onions on a fucking Cuban? That's like fucking picking a cheeseburger in your second spot.
Whoa, easy. The versatility. Think of the versatility.
Yeah, sweet onions.
You want a sweet onion Cuban?
No, you're right. It's not sweet onion. It's like the onions taste like the meat.
If you were gonna put onion on a fucking Cuban and it was anything else than grilled yellow onion, like, I would already be pissed at seeing you put.
I don't know if it's
yellow.
grilled yellow onion. I have to think about this.
I can't.
Because I can taste them in my mouth, but they don't taste like
Your mouth is a fucking liar.
It is a
now,
lie.
bro. Like you're tasting
this sandwich. I'm thinking maybe it's just too specific of a sandwich.
Are you
It's not
sure
the
it wasn't pickles? And you're like, yep, these are onions. Because I fool myself sometimes.
no,
Maybe you're used to
definitely
eating
not.
cheeseburgers with pickle and onion on it from McDonald's, and you're just all like, "Hey, there you go." Is there two?
That's me. That's me. That's
that's
probably why I thought when I ate the Cuban the other day, like, I had pickles on it, of course, and then it's like maybe it did have onions. I don't remember.
Fucking onion Cuban.
All right, well.
I've never had a moment like I've always like every time I'm hanging out with like most of my friends, I'm like, Fitz gets me. Like, we always make like references to shit, and he always knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
But to fucking the nerve of putting onion on a fucking Cuban, I legit want to throw up right now. But like in protest, not.
Well, I love the onions on the Cuban.
I love.
I'm seeing a bunch of varieties of Cuban sandwich that have onions on it. We're gonna have to go to Paseo. You'll have to,
I'm sure there is
mind.
one with onion on it, but a Cuban. If you go to any like sandwich shop in the country and ask for a Cuban, fucking, there's no way more than 6% of them put onions on them, like without specifying.
Interesting.
There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Oh my god. I can't believe I lost the Cuban in the craft. Somebody doesn't even know the
Somebody
fucking
doesn't
ingredients.
even like the real Cuban.
Should have picked it earlier.
All right, Warren, what do you
You
got
would have then
next?
taken my torta and
I
been
know,
like,
oh, yeah.
I love tortas. They put fucking like marinara sauce on it or some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna have to go with the Reuben.
Reuben. Oh, you're going heavy meat.
I respect that. I never would have picked the Reuben.
I'm not a huge sauerkraut guy, but if you are, then it's tough to compete with.
I don't normally like sauerkraut by itself, but if I have it on a Reuben, delicious.
I used to work at this boulangerie, which is just a fucking bakery. In Portland called St. Honore's. Shout out St. Honore's. If you're ever in Portland, they have some of the best pastries. The cannelés. Have you guys ever had a cannelé?
No.
So a cannelé is like a custardy cake pastry that they use beeswax to coat the outside of, so it has this like really intense crunch, and then it just turns into this soft, spongy cake as soon as you're through this tiny little layer of amazing crunch.
Interesting.
So fucking good. But I worked there for a while, and I made the sandwiches. We had a sandwich that was like a Reuben, a French Reuben, basically, because it was like a French bread-based Thousand Island sauerkraut, and then we used like a house-made salami instead of fucking pastrami, and like a couple other things on it, and then we grilled it, like panini pressed it, and those were good.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I'm saying this as a Jew. Like, I'm not, like, pastrami's not my favorite. Like, a good pastrami on rye or whatever. It's just like, I don't know, dude. It's not for me. But I respect the choice for sure.
What's the bread that Reuben's on?
It goes on a rye.
A rye.
Yep.
Does it ever do
Pumpernickel?
pumpernickel?
No.
You can put it on dark.
How did you
rye.
know I was going to say that when it's not the thing?
Because people confuse dark rye with
Because there's
pumpernickel.
dark
Okay,
rye,
that's
yeah.
why I was okay.
Because a lot
Sometimes it looks like it has pumpernickel, but it's not.
A
It
good-
seems like it'd be a weird flavor combo.
a fucking good rye bread will have dark and light rye in it, and you can kind of get like
See
a little
the swirl
going. Yeah, that's how you know you're in some really elite Jews. All right, my third pick. Jesus Christ, guys, we are.
We're moving into it.
I don't know if 5 is enough.
Oh yeah.
Might have to do 10.
It's heavy.
I'm
This is-
I'm
this is a
torn
tough
between
one.
2 so hard right
Oh, yeah.
now.
I feel like my later ones are much less likely for you guys to pick up.
Yeah, mine too. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chicken parm.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Chicken parm sandwich.
Interesting.
I love a good fucking chicken parm. But that's the thing, dude, is the bread really has to be working with you on that one because the marinara and the cheese can make that bread fucking go soft too quick. Like there's this place, I think it's called Annabella's down by UW Tacoma.
Okay.
They do a chicken parm that is fucking not
That strong.
No, it's because the breading on they don't do the bread right, and so the breading of the chicken gets soggy too, and you're just
that sucks.
and
Ouch.
that's this is a controversial pick for me because I feel like a chicken parm of all the sandwiches on my list is the easiest to fuck up. You know what I mean? And
Okay,
it's
totally.
you're more likely to
The
get a
sauce
bad
could be
chicken
bad flavor.
Of my sandwiches, if you were to just go order it randomly, you're more likely to get a bad chicken parm than a bad of the other one else. But that being said, a good fucking chicken parm sandwich, or even eggplant parm if you're not feeling like fucking chicken that day.
One of my
Okay.
least favorite foods, eggplant. I can't do eggplant.
You don't like aubergines, dude?
No. It's one of the few things I won't eat.
I'm like that with peas, dude. If
Oh yeah.
I've made families I was visiting angry because I refused to eat peas.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. When I moved out of my dad's house, right after I turned 16, I told myself no one's ever gonna fucking make me eat peas again. And I've stuck to that shit.
Nice.
I'll get behind. I don't like a split pea soup, but I like a little
Fuck
snack.
split
I like a
pea
little
soup.
split
Fuck,
Yeah.
dude. Every time, I have a couple of British friends. And when they're like, oh, well, I got mushed peas. I'm like, dude, that is fucking
mushed
baby
peas,
food.
Yeah.
And
for
you
sure.
can take that shit the fuck outside and bury it.
I
That's
ordered
my next pick is a pea sandwich.
I ordered a soup from this place,
Chippy buddy.
and I forget which. I think it was like a bacon potato soup or something like
Sounds
that.
fine.
I open it up. It's fucking split pea. They screwed my. I was so disappointed.
Yeah,
I
that's
would if that place was within an hour drive, I would drive back because I would be so that's how mad I would drive back to Everett to fucking throw a fucking split pea soup in the face of somebody. I'd be like, "Fuck you," and these. Yeah, we might have to do a 5-spot plus a 6, man.
We could like an honorable.
How we
mention.
doing on time?
We're doing pretty good. We're an hour and 1 minute.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll
Right.
keep it rolling.
Was that
Like,
3 or
I
4?
think that was 4.
All right,
Or-
so right now,
Wait, no. So that was your 3, and it's gonna be my
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
so I got torta, chicken parm, and banh mi so far.
Yep.
Pretty
It's a
solid.
fucking solid lineup.
Pretty
right
solid.
There.
I got French dip, cheeseburger, and Reuben.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. And I
again
got
solid. That feels like something my grandpa. That's my grandpa's list.
Yeah.
Just I know my grandma, that Jew bitch, rest her soul.
and then I got the Monte Cristo, the pulled pork, and the Cuban.
Dude,
And
these
then-
are all pretty strong lists so far. I
Yeah.
will be 100% honest. I'd be scared to meet any of you guys in the playoffs.
now my number 4.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go po' boy,
Ooh.
You sack of shit.
and I'm gonna go shrimp po' boy because I do like a good oyster po' boy. I like whatever weird varieties, but the classic with the fucking
Dude, classic shrimp po' boy. It's
shrimp po' boy.
there's not in a little bowl of gumbo on the side, bro. There are
Oh,
few
my
few
goodness.
things in life better than that
yes,
afternoon.
dude. With a
There's this
cup
fuck,
of gumbo.
dude. There's this Cajun place in Tacoma. I'll have to ask Leo what the name of it is. I was just getting over being sick and got this huge thing of gumbo from them,
Ugh.
and it fucking resurrected me in such an insane way.
I used to make a good gumbo. I used to make a lot of gumbo, jambalaya, fucking even the Spanish one, whatever that one's
Paella?
called, paella. I'd do some paella
Love
with
a
the,
good
with the
paella.
mussels.
What do you? This is not to change the subject too fucking crazy. What do you guys think about the idea that chili is like the American equivalent of curry, and that like
That's an interesting point. I could see it because there's enough varieties of chili, but curry has too much variety to compare to chili, I think.
it does have a lot more variety. That is true. But there's like green chilies and like white bean chilies and chicken chilies. And
Yeah, but you don't
chili
like
verde.
you don't go into an American person's house and it smells like chili from 5 weeks ago. You know what I mean? You go to an Indian person's house, you're like, oh, this is an Indian person's house. It smells like curry in here.
Huh.
All right, so po' boy, what do you got? Number 4.
Ooh, man. The grilled cheese.
That was on my list, dude. That was
The
like
grilled
that was.
cheese.
I was thinking of that being my 6th spot.
It's tough to choose a sandwich without meat, but
I
that's
mean,
one of the
grilled-
ones for sure.
the
you
grilled
can get
cheese, excellent, like paired with sides, like especially comfort foods like soup, but
I
it
was gonna-
stands tall on its own too.
by. I
Yeah.
do love it with a tomato soup.
Oh
on the
yeah,
side.
it's
Mhm.
classic.
That's almost to me up there with the au jus.
Yeah.
As far as like a dip sandwich.
Yeah, I would put that up there. Plus grilled cheese, like you again, just like depending on the bread, depending on the cheese, depending on like the soup that you're having with it, they are so different. Like because like I enjoy the classic like Kraft Singles grilled cheese and tomatoes Campbell soup, but I also love. Have you ever had like a fucking grilled brie with honey on like a fucking baguette?
Ooh, that sounds good.
Amazing. Or a fucking a Gruyere. Like,
Oh, I do love a Gruyere.
all right, because you said grilled cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one sandwich I was talking about with that? Because that's like
It's practically a grilled cheese.
It's like a really beefed up like ritzy grilled cheese.
Because I think grilled cheese is
All right.
classic.
You're right. I'll just throw it out there.
'Cause, like, if I
I'll
were to
pick
do
it. If you guys feel like it's too close in the Venn diagram to grilled cheese, then by all means, I'll do another pick.
Okay.
But the croque madame.
Ooh.
Croque madame, dude.
Croque
Are you
madame.
familiar? Croque monsieur,
No.
croque madame. Brioche bread, bechamel, cheese, ham. And then on the top, they do more bechamel, cheese, grill and broil that. So the cheese is like kind of burnt and melted on top, and then they throw a poached egg on top of it.
Yes.
Holy.
So to me,
crap.
that sandwich it's about the sauce more than the cheese.
Yeah.
The bechamel. I mean, I guess bechamel is like a.
Also, it has ham in it, if I'm not mistaken. And if you put ham into a grilled cheese,
I think
it
it's something
starts to
different.
become a hot ham and cheese. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's the other thing. It's like
Yeah, it's like a French. Wait, it makes it a little more French.
It is a little Frenchy. There's some Dijon in there too. That Cajun spot, by the way, is either Bourbon Street or Essence. It's one of the two. I think it's over there in Fife. They're fucking gumbo though.
Ooh.
Anyway, fucking a croque madame. I would say it's different than a grilled cheese because there's no dipping required. Like I can't imagine dipping a croque in tomato soup or anything like that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is. It's very rich, but it is its own thing.
The poached egg on top is
It's fucking essential.
that's
dude.
everything.
Well, the croque monsieur doesn't have the egg. It's the croque madame that has the egg, right?
Oh, okay.
Some people do like sunny side up eggs. Some do poached. You know what I mean? As long as it's got like a nice runny yolk, like I don't really give a shit.
Nice.
Fucking runny eggs are so good, dude.
Oh yeah, they are.
Like a runny egg sandwich might be fucking. God damn, dude. There's so many good sandwiches. Fuck. All right, croque madame. That's my 4 spot.
All right, man. This number 5.
You do get a 6-man to come off the bench.
Okay. Put it that way. I know what I'm gonna do. All right. So number 5, I gotta go. Peanut butter and jelly.
That's another
Okay.
one that I was
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah,
too,
I was thinking
man.
about that
Where-
one too.
I guess I just love sweets. And as far as a sweet sandwich goes,
Mm-hmm.
there's too many kinds of jelly. I'll throw in some bananas sometimes. I'll throw in a little bit of
Honey.
honey. I used to load the honey up. I'll even do like Nutella, little Nutella
You're
in there.
such a fucking sweet
I'm a
tooth,
sweet
dude. I
tooth
didn't
guy.
realize like how much of a sweet tooth. you
Oh
were.
yeah, baby.
You big candy guy?
Constantly. So
Okay.
much candy.
Okay.
But you don't even I mean PB&J is a sweet tooth sandwich answer. Just wait till my honorary mention.
Dude, fucking,
And if I'm going to choose PB&J, slightly toasted.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like panini style. Not
PB&J.
the bread toasted, but I want the
You
insides
ever
a
had
little bit
one
warm.
fried?
You ever had a
Yeah.
grilled one?
Yeah.
Grilled PB&J is
Grilled
fucking
is
amazing.
nice. Yes, totally.
The butter on it really takes it up a notch.
Ooh.
I will say.
And I like to it kind of seals in a little bit.
Oh shit! What was I gonna say?
And I'll even as far as the bread for it, just a little square. Like soft,
little
almost
bread.
Wonder Bready. I'm not a huge Wonder Bread fan, but like milk and honey bread or
Dude, fucking PB&J is one of the only foods that if I eat it, I need a little glass of milk.
Yeah.
I can't eat a PB. I can't enjoy
need
it.
a
I
little
can eat
milk,
one
too.
without it, but if I'm eating a PB&J without a glass of milk, it
Mm.
feels like I'm just trying to put something in my stomach to get me to my next meal.
Yeah.
Whereas dude, that
with a
glass,
little bit of milk, that's like a midnight. That's the perfect midnight snack. To
yeah,
me,
there's something about peanut butter where it's I have to have milk with it to actually be able to enjoy it.
to activate it.
Yeah, and I don't know, dude. I don't drink glasses of milk very often anymore, but when I do, there's a fucking PB&J somewhere nearby.
And I'm even a big chocolate milk guy. I eat a lot do a lot of chocolate milk, but the PB&J just needs a little 2%.
Yeah.
Needs a little or whole milk.
My dad used to he would make his big glass of chocolate milk and just grab a loaf of white bread and that would be his snack. He'd dip the bread in the milk if he wanted, fucking tweaker.
What a combo. All right,
Five
Warren,
spot.
what do you got for your 5?
Okay. Oh, this is the controversial one. The ice cream sandwich.
Oh my goodness, that was my honorable mention. Oh, you snaked it from me.
Damn, dude.
I was gonna go. I was actually.
Are you
so
talking cookie?
I
or
was gonna say, are you
classic?
talking Cookie
I'm
Witch?
talking classic.
Okay, because I was gonna go Cookie Witch, but I think he stepped on it,
I'm
so I'm not even gonna go there.
I'm a Neapolitan ice cream sandwich kind of guy.
Ooh,
I enjoy the chocolate and the strawberry in there too.
ice cream sandwich. I can't believe you did that to me.
You just fucking took Jordan away from him.
I mean, because I was thinking if I'm gonna add up the number of sandwiches I've eaten in the last year, ice cream sandwich is far and away the most that I've had.
That is hilarious.
Because you can get those. You get a box of 12.
For
I'm running through
nothing.
those in the week.
Nothing.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a really good pick. Really upset.
good
I
pick.
love a good upset.
Yeah.
For my
Saved it for the end too. Ooh.
I think for my 5 spot, I got a good buddy who'd be mad at me if I didn't pick this.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak, dude.
I almost picked that one instead of the ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, Philly
cheesesteak is
But that's
strong.
the thing. A Philly, it's like a chicken parm. It can be shit.
Oh, yeah.
It can be one of the worst fucking sandwiches you've ever had. But the ones that hit
Do you like it?
hit for a reason.
The thing is, though, I'm not a big cheese whiz guy.
I'm definitely
know-
more provolone. I'm definitely partial to real cheese, and I'm just partial to better ingredients. Period.
Yeah.
Better
Like-
and better ingredients, better pizza.
All day,
Stop.
dude. It's it doesn't matter what it is. If you're doing it's like that burger I was talking about.
Yep.
It's fucking I liked it because I knew there was all this effort going into
yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, now we get it. Now we get our 6 mans. Go ahead and recap your 5, just so you know who your starting 5 is. And let
Okay.
them know who your off the bench guy is.
So I got the Monte Cristo. I got the pulled pork. I got the Cuban. I got the po' boy, and I got the PB&J.
Then I have the French dip, the cheeseburger, the grilled cheese, the Reuben, and the ice cream sandwich.
Okay. And then I'm sitting there with what was it? Croque Madame, Philly cheesesteak, the banh mi, and the torta. Oof.
Well, they seem like well grouped. Your ice cream sandwich on the end really pulls yours all together. It was going to be a huge gut bomb, but then that little ice cream sandwich on the end to wrap it all up with.
Dude, this 6 spot is going to be hard to pick.
This is a
I
tough
still
one.
got 4 sandwiches on here that are fucking amazing.
Mm.
No, I was just in Nashville, and their hot chicken sandwich
Ooh.
might have been my favorite chicken sandwich. As far as fried chicken, I like the hot honey. The way they do the sauce is just right. The double fry the chicken. They know how to do the bread. And when a city has a sandwich that's the signature sandwich for a city,
Yeah.
Yeah.
tough to that means
It's like the
something.
po' boy.
Exactly. It's like the po' boy, or it's like the Philly cheese or whatever.
Mm.
But I think what I gotta choose for my number 6, and it's not a super well known sandwich, but I'm a huge olive fan
Really?
and an
Some
Olivita
tapenade?
spread, tapenade.
Ooh.
So my 6th pick, I'm going to go with the muffaletta.
Okay.
Hmm.
I can respect that. Like, that's a good solid 6 pick because you knew it wasn't going to get taken.
I knew it wasn't going
Yeah.
to get taken. It's, as far as like a regular sandwich, you know, it's got your provolone, your salami, your regular sandwich filling, like an Italian sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that olive spread that really does it for me.
Yeah, dude. Dude.
And
I didn't
it's all
even think of a
squished.
dipped Italian
It's
beef.
all squished
I didn't even
together.
think of a dipped Italian beef. What the fuck, Logan?
And like we haven't really done like deli sandwiches, you know, like a classic like just slice it thin and layer it up with everything you got.
Like,
Exactly. The muffaletta is a Dagwood sandwich, totally.
Yeah, dude. Ah!
Dagwood sandwich almost would have been a good pick.
Dagwood would be fucking.
Give me the Bumstead.
Yeah.
All right, Warren, what do you got? 6?
BLT.
Great one.
Great
Gotta have
choice.
that extra bacon. But it's a
BLT,
great
no
one.
way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes way.
Or I said no A.
No A.
No
No.
A.
No
Avocado,
A.
you don't go
No.
avocado,
No
you don't-
A.
you don't do the
Absolutely
blat.
not.
All right, that's fair.
We eat it the way God intended.
I have 4 sandwiches right now that I genuinely don't know who to decide between. Like, I'm fucking distraught right now because. Can I get some help from
Sure.
you guys?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Go with the club.
The club's not even on the list. Club's
You don't
not
love
on-
triangles?
Club's not even on the list. So on the list, I mean, obviously that dipped Italian beef. I just remember, like a fucking Italian, a good dipped Italian beef. There's a place in West Seattle called West of Chicago. Shouts out to Sean Millard. He's the owner and proprietor of that business. That man. Fucking go Bears, dude. I will be a Bears fan. He does a deep dish because you have to, and his
Yep.
deep dish is great, whatever. But his tavern cut pizza and his fucking Italian dip sandwiches are second to none, especially on the West Coast. So yeah, the dipped Italian beef has to be dipped. Anyone who's not dipping their fucking Italian beef can get the fuck out. Fucking shawarma.
Okay.
Shawarma and gyro, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
the
yeah.
shawarma and the gyro, the lobster
Yeah.
roll.
Mm.
I'm not a huge lobster roll fan. There's something about. I guess maybe I've just had some with too much mayo,
Okay.
or just like it's a $30 sandwich, and you're like, I like crab better than lobster.
Yeah, I love lobster.
But it's definitely like, there's a lot of people who it's their number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I gotta give it respect for that.
And then what were the other two? I mean, like fucking
Ham and cheese.
no.
You already did ham and cheese, I guess.
Yeah,
The fanciest
Croak
version.
is the fucking best ham and cheese on the planet.
Meatball sub.
A Sicilian.
No. I'm trying to. Okay. So there was the Middle Eastern stuff, shawarma, gyro.
Oh yeah, you gotta represent the world
There
here.
was the Italian beef. There was the lobster roll. I mean, fucking a good tuna melt.
Tuna melt. Pretty
A
good.
fucking
It's different too.
dude. It's
To
lobster roll.
spread it out to get a
yes.
little seafood in your answer.
Mm.
Well, I
don't
was
think
saying
any
the,
of us
the
had any
camarones
seafood.
on a fucking torta are delicious too.
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
guess
you
you're right.
get,
I
like,
did
a
the shrimp po' boy.
Yeah, you get the shrimp po' boy. A fucking katsu sandwich, bro.
Okay.
Fuck, man.
You gotta pick one.
I know. I think. God, all of those are so great, but
And you and what about your bacon? Your
I
breakfast
know the bacon,
sandwich?
egg, and cheese. That's fucking on there
Ooh,
too.
Yeah.
Fucking. But I think, in my heart of hearts, what I gotta do is
Be true to yourself.
Oh my God, This is so hard. Sorry about the dead air. This is genuinely
really
so hard.
His heart is growing 3 sizes right now just to fit all these sandwiches in.
I just want to remind you, this is very low stakes. We're not actually putting together a competition here.
You got to tattoo all these sandwiches on the back of your
Our
foot.
audience of 4 regular viewers is not going to send you hate mail
I think we're
for.
up to 9.
What if we sent them hate mail? Just you and I.
You better like these sandwiches.
Come on, Logan. You got it.
I know.
I believe in you.
You got it.
I'm gonna go.
It's funny. You don't
We're-
even have to eat the sandwich.
We're not picking like this. Isn't like if you could only eat 6 sandwiches for the rest of your life. It's just a draft.
It's just the honorary mention too. This is going to be written down and
I just
chronicled
know-
through history.
Yeah, dude. What happens if fucking this podcast blows up and in 4 years people are asking us to fucking justify these things? And you're like, how did you leave out the Italian beef? How did you leave out Polish sausage? How did you fucking, how did you do all this?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna have to look at them and be like, I'm sorry.
I tried my best. Warren threw me off with this, with the
Okay.
ice cream sandwich.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give it to the. I think just by sheer amount of volume, I've had a good tuna sandwich.
Okay.
Tuna sandwich.
Hell yeah.
Bringing it up the rear.
Hell yeah.
I mean, fucking it's
Boo.
dude. Sean's gonna kill me. His Italian beef is so fucking good,
Mm.
and the caprese sandwich.
Well,
Too
There's too many sandwiches.
we should probably wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Well,
I think we did it.
We should probably go get a sandwich.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we might be sandwich hungry.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks everybody for listening, and
I'm sorry.
we'll see.
I'm sorry if I didn't
Vote-
pick your favorite one.
Write in the comments who you think drafted best, and if there's any sandwiches we weren't thinking of, or any recommendations you all have out there in Grit City. And until then, I guess we'll see you next week.
Maybe. I
think next week I'm going to be in Kansas
town.
City.
Yeah.
Where are
So,
you going?
I'm going back to Virginia.
Back to Virginia.
Coal money.
Yeah, you're gonna get some coal in your stocking. Is that how they do it in Virginia?
Honestly,
That's good. That's when you're a good boy. You get coal in your stocking in Virginia.
Apparently, it's
West Virginia.
pretty
Well,
cold
yeah.
there right now, so coal might be necessary.
Oh,
Burn it
yeah.
for heat.
I'm going to Kansas City. We're going to the Seahawks Chiefs game.
Ooh.
My Aunt Laura texted me and she said it's going to be 0 degrees.
Nice.
So
What's the temperature outside? Well, there isn't one.
There's a lack of temperature outside.
All right.
All right. See you all in 2 weeks then.
Yep.